Attention, the following broadcast has been approved by Outcasted OC. Viewer discretion is advised. Incoming transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
How we doing, guys? It's Mugen Ross here, giving you this week's Smackdown review, and this is the first review after WrestleMania and the craziness that unfolded. A lot of people usually say Raw after Mania is the most exciting time because a load of interesting things happen. I'd argue this SmackDown was a lot more interesting than Raw, but let's get into it. We open with the brand new champion in Cody Rhodes, and the crowd give him a massive cheer of woes and constantly chant with the Cody deserves this and just giving him the Cody Rhodes chants. And it was awesome. He does his famous line of what do we want to talk about. He speaks about how he was interrupted last time. He was talking about some celebrations, but The Rock interrupted him. It was awkward. It was weird. Rock placed something in his hand which he knew about straight away. It was something he gifted to The Rock ages ago, which still didn't make any sense or alluded to what was past. Stated that Rock is going away to Hollywood for a bit, and Cody believed him. And that Cody also believed that The Rock will be returning to look for him, and said, I will still be here, standing, defending this title, being the staple of this company. And basically, he throws it in the terms of let's run it when you actually come back, which I'm here for. He talks about all the other challengers coming forward with these triple threat matches coming up that gives... So there's 2 triple threats that we're going to get, which we will get into. And then the winner of those 2 will have a one-on-one next week to decide who is the number 1 contender against Cody Rhodes. The people that won were very obvious, but I will get into that, as I said, later on. Interesting note to take away from Cody Rhodes' promo part was because they were in Detroit, he decided to do his Detroit-based wife, because I know she lived in Detroit for a long time, or she's from Detroit, one of the two. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but he did the famous AEW line of, who told you it was open mic night, bitch? And then proceeds to go, sorry, I swore, I don't know what came over me lately. I think it's the tension from Mania and everything. And I thought it was great. I thought that was funny. But yeah, we get a very interesting Bloodline story, which proceeds throughout the rest of the night of... The locker room is gone because it goes to the champ, and Paul Heyman literally states to get that locker room back, the title must come back home to the Bloodline, and that's by order of the tribal chief. And you see Solo's frustration of Solo saying, I'm going to handle Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, and I'm going to get that back for us. I'm going to get our locker room, I'm going to get that belt. And it's a very interesting one. We then go straight into the number 1 contenders match to go against Cody with LA Knight versus Bobby Lashley versus Santos. This match didn't hold any punches. They went straight in. We see Santos kind of diving at LA Knight. Bobby Lashley and LA Knight both look at each other like, nah, let's get Santos out, and then start fighting. LA Knight tries to take a cheap roll up on Bobby after they throw Santos out. Santos kind of comes back full force. He does a dive against both of them. We had some top turnbuckle fighting, and then an amazing spot where LA Knight, out of nowhere, just appears, runs up, and catches Santos at the top when Bobby Lashley fell. And it looks like LA Knight's going to hit the superplex. But what we don't realise is, no, Bobby Lashley's underneath Santos and powerbombing the 2 of them. He literally had the weight to lift both and slam them down, which I thought looked incredible. Due to this being a triple threat, no DQs happen, so we know where this goes. Angel and Berto get involved, start beating down on LA Knight. Then Santos is shouting, give me Bobby, I want Bobby. As soon as they start beating down on Bobby, even though he tries to hold off a fight, Street Profits come out. And then as soon as Angelo Dawkins looks like he's going to dive on Angel and Berto on the outside, Elektra Lopez comes in and immediately gets a big boot straight to the jaw by B-Fab. And I thought it looked cool. Really interesting kick. Then we have Bobby missing his spear. He went straight into the turnbuckle, and LA Knight seized that opportunity to hit blunt force trauma on Santos to get that 3 count. So it seems like Bobby Lashley and the Pride are going to now be going against Los Fantasma, which still doesn't make sense because they're still feuding against LWO. But hey, they need to fight another faction, I guess, because you just got rid of Final Testament and took them to NXT. So I guess it makes sense. But yeah, we have Solo Sikoa kind of leading the Bloodline now, walking forward. It was his music that they walked out to. It wasn't Roman Reigns or like a combined Bloodline theme. It was Solo's. And Paul Heyman's in there talking about how the Bloodline needs to take accountability. Speaks about the facts of Roman focused on Seth in the most important moment, that he was distracted by finally getting revenge, something that has been 11 years in the making. It still was unfinished business. It took that moment from him. But then Paul Heyman goes to start talking about but like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Solo interrupts him, like straight up, stands in front of him, stares him down like, you shut up. And Solo goes, consequences of losing, like winning and losing means something here, right? Winning and losing has consequences. Consequences need change. And he stares down Jimmy. So it looks like him and Jimmy are about to fight. And Jimmy's like, yo, what? No. Like, why are you coming at me for? I did everything I needed to. It wasn't on me. Roman got pinned. Like, Jimmy's literally arguing his case, and he's doing a good thing about it. But then you see Solo walk up, and his demeanor changes. He like slowly hugs him and goes, I love you. And it's very weird. They step away for a moment to then, out of nowhere, a hooded figure jumps. But not any particular hooded figure. The way he punched, the way he landed, reminded me of very old Bullet Club days. And lo and behold, we get arguably one of the coolest call-ups to Raw, not Raw, call-up to SmackDown, come straight in, new signee of Tama Tonga, joining a new faction of Bloodline members. It seems like Solo and Tama Tonga going their own separate way of the Tribal Chief. He's taking it into his own hands, and Tama Tonga's the reinforcement alongside Solo. I loved this. We see Solo spike Jimmy, you see Paul Heyman in fear, go and call Roman Reigns, because Solo looked like he was about to grab Heyman and be like, no, you stand with us and put the ones up. You're still with us. And then when he does the call Roman Reigns, you see Solo smash the phone, stomp it out on the mat, break it, and then you see Solo order. And I want to say it's ordering. He pointed at Tama and went, get the chair. So to me, that shows Solo's the leader and Tama's following in his line, which I thought was dope. Put the chair around Jimmy. Solo once again says to Jimmy, I love you, you're my brother, you always will be. And then hip attacks him straight with the chair. He is not in good shape at all. But this looks like they're forming a new bloodline. And if the rumours are true that Jacob Fatu has also signed to WWE, I would be very happy if Jacob Fatu joins the alignment of Solo and Tama Tonga with Jacob Fatu. I think that would be a monstrous team. But then we get Cameron Grimes. Haven't seen him in a while. Great to see him. Thus, Bron Breakker. And the reason why I say Bron Breakker like that is because we know where this was going for Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes hasn't had the greatest run on the main roster. They gave him a couple of attempts. They started doing things. They kind of got rid of his money gimmick, which was what was the best thing about him in NXT. And they put him against NXT's brand newest, best thing to come out of it, other than Carmella Hayes and Trick Williams. And Tiffany Stratton for the women's division. You put him against Bron Breakker, who will literally squash you. And that's what this match was. Don't get me wrong, Cameron Grimes did cool things to try and get out of it. And he started doing his moves. But yeah, Bron Breakker hit this incredible mid-air spear from Cameron Grimes jumping off the top rope. And then when Cameron Grimes tries to get back up, Bron Breakker hit his proper full-powered spear. Looked like he turned Cameron Grimes inside out. There was another part where he did this running lariat that just... The best way to explain it, Cameron Grimes spanned like he looked like a Beyblade. Reference to all my 90s fans out there, but yeah. And like that, Bron Breakker got a 1-2-3 win. I know they're pushing him as this new monster powerhouse and speed and everything, but it kind of sucks for Cameron because I want to see Cameron get somewhere, get to do things, and it's a shame, really. We get Bayley coming out and celebrating with the brand new theme, having the role model, letting the chants soak in, and she literally says, thank you to everyone, but says, I'm going to soak this in for a minute because it's been too damn long. She said she's proud to say she is the champion. It's not the first ever title defense she's had. She's won at Manias, she's lost at Manias, but this one feels special. And it's not because she was defeating a former teammate, a former friend, or being the champ of this brand new era. And also also stating we have one of the best locker rooms, and me getting to represent being the champion of one of the best locker rooms. It's not because of that. She said, it's a very cheesy line. Michael Cole will make a lot of fun of me, but it's always been you guys. For 11 years, ups and downs, fans have always been there for me. And she said, and what's the best thing to do with starting off this title reign than giving opportunities? Tiffany Stratton walks out, and she talks about how she was devastated that the centre of the universe didn't get a time to shine at Mania. But it seems like she's opening an open challenge, Bayley is, so she will accept because it's Tiffy time. Bayley was like, no, I wasn't doing an open challenge, sorry to burst your bubble, nice to meet you by the way, Tiffany, but I was actually going to offer a challenge against someone who I've wanted to get back in the ring with, someone that is incredible, took some time out of their normal schedule, didn't do WWE for a while, shined there, came back, and that is going to be Naomi. Tiffany makes a really awkward line of she couldn't even win a belt if it glowed in the dark. And I was just like, but Naomi did have the belt and made it glow in the dark. So I don't know if that's where Tiffany was going with that. But yeah, it just felt really weird as a line. But yeah, Naomi comes out very frustrated and states like, look, Bayley, I can't take the challenge right now because Tiffany's talking smack. Yes, Tiffany did beat me, but you picked the wrong night to mess with me, especially because she's just saw what's happened to Jimmy. So she goes and fights her. And this is where it gets really interesting as well. So as we get the ring ready and both the challengers ready, we get a backstage segment of Paul Heyman checking on Jimmy. Kayla's literally biomedical to here, and Paul Heyman looks shocked. Paul Heyman genuinely looks like, oh no, Jimmy is not good. Like, he's genuinely not good right now. Before he gets to say more of why it happened and what's gone on, Tama Tonga interrupts and states, by order of the tribal chief. And then Solo walks up, taped up thumb in hand, and just smirks at Paul Heyman. And they both walk away. So I think, yeah, Solo's calling himself the new tribal chief, getting involved and doing what he wants to do. And honestly, if this now leans to a civil war type thing of Samoans versus Samoans, I'm here for it. I think it'll be really cool to see Bloodline versus Bloodline type storylines. We then kick back straight into the action of Naomi and Tiffany going head to head. Great offense from Naomi. Loads of drop kicks, lots of high movement and velocity moves. A lot of doing what she has, like her own variations of Hurricane Ranas. Tiffany was going for a lot more of like a submission-based wrestling this time, which I thought was very interesting. Like slow down Naomi, a lot of headlocks, a lot of hip tosses. Yeah, we had some awesome spots where Tiffany did a double stomp, which looked brutal. There was some really good kicks from Naomi. Naomi took a gnarly bump to the ring post, but still got back in. And then there was an Alabama slam to Naomi that Tiffany did, which I thought was cool. Prettiest moonsault was about to be hit. That got avoided. And then a jackknife pin was what made Naomi win, which I thought, that's not the best, but it was a cool way for Naomi to win. So now Naomi and Bayley are getting to fight each other next week, which should be a great match. And Tiffy will still shine regardless. Tiffy's got multiple opportunities. She'll come back better and stronger each time. We get a video package of A-Town Down Under talking about their win, talking about how Austin Theory always wins at Manias, talking about how Grayson Waller's first ever Mania and he's now won a title. These things like fill their ego more type of characters, which makes sense. And they are officially going down as a team name as A-Town Down Under, which I'm pretty sure the fans gave them that name first before anyone in WWE recognized it, and then they started using it. So, like, props to the fans to give them a cool name. But I want them to come out with a theme song. I mean, give me, like, you know, a Land Down Under type vibe. It'd just be funny for me. But we never know. We never know. Logan Paul also makes a video package asking if people are still mad that he beat 2 legends, and then he corrected himself. He's like, nah, 1 legend, respect to Randy and all of this stuff. But nah, Kevin Owens is a dope. All of this, and he says, yeah, we're in the new era, the Logan Paul Levesque era. And I was like, come on, man. That was just bad. But I get it. It's a heel work. It makes it work. And yeah, Logan Paul's still our US champion, and we will have to see where it goes with that. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven are backstage with Nick Aldis talking about how Chelsea got screwed over by Jade Cargill on Raw because they declared the draft stuff and Jade showed up. And yeah, it was like, we two want to show an opportunity to show what we can do as a group. And Nick Aldis books Chelsea Green and Piper Niven to go against Jade again and Bianca Belair. Chelsea starts, gets instant power slammed and panics. Tags Niven in. Niven wanted Jade and pointed at that. Bianca said no. Niven hits her with the cannonball style that like Kevin Owens also does, which I thought was really cool. And then very shortly after, Jade Cargill got tagged in and went super ham on Chelsea Green because Chelsea Green also got tagged in. And then, as you can already know, Jade Cargill hit like 4 moves of her power moves and then hit the Jaded and beat Chelsea Green again. So obviously they're building this storyline of management are screwing over Chelsea Green and overbooking Jade Cargill to the moon because everyone doesn't like Chelsea Green. I get it. It's kind of funny, but I would like Chelsea Green to actually get some wins as well because it's detrimental. KO does the walkout camera work that we've all been seeing with Mania and stuff like that, and I found it really funny because he cut a promo the whole time, talked about like how him and Rey Mysterio are like, they both have sons that are way taller than him, but you know, Kevin Owens' sons isn't a complete douche and isn't like, you know, a scumbag. And I thought that was really funny. We see a part where he sees the Detroit Tigers and picks up that belt and then knocks CM Punk's shirt off the table. So I was like, that's a jab. But hey-ho, we see how it is. And yeah, he walks out with the Detroit Tiger belt on him to go do this match. And we land straight into the main event of Kevin Owens, Rey Mysterio, and AJ Styles. Whoever wins this is the other number 1 contender. So I already sat down knowing this was the main event and went, cool, AJ Styles is going to win. And the reason I said that is because they want to carry on this LA Knight AJ Styles feud. But, you know, I still enjoyed the match. The match was good. We got some really cool sequences of combos between everyone. Like, no one missed a beat. They were really cool, like, cannonball moves. We also had, on the outside, we had Rey Mysterio do his flip to interact with Kevin Owens soon after. We had AJ Styles have a really awesome part where he threw Rey Mysterio up and over him like he was going to do a power drop. But Rey landed on Kevin Owens and then hit a Hurricane Rana on Kevin Owens. And then AJ Styles caught a 619, which I thought was really awesome, and then hit a modified net breaker. And then basically takes a face, does like a face breaker to Kevin Owens straight after. I was like, okay, fair enough. We got a superplex from Kevin Owens to Rey Mysterio. But then after that happening, we get an incredible moment of AJ Styles. AJ Styles got up and did some powerbomb moves, which I thought was really cool in that, because he dodged the pop-up powerbomb, hits a Pele kick, and then basically goes to do a powerbomb of his own, which I thought was really cool. We have Kevin Owens doing the absolute best work of doing a double German suplex both on Rey and AJ Styles, which I thought was absolutely cool. Rey Mysterio hit the 619 to AJ Styles, but when Rey went to go back into the ring, KO hits a stunner on the apron. Kevin Owens goes to hit the swanton on dazed AJ Styles. In that moment of Kevin Owens going to get the swanton, AJ gets his legs up and then climbs to the top rope. Not sure what he was going to do here, but he went to the top rope. Rey went to fight and stop him, so AJ Styles saw an opportunity, grabbed Rey from the top ropes, put it into Styles' clash position and did what's known as the avalanche style clash, because it is from the top rope, hitting both Kevin Owens and Rey Mysterio at the same time, and he got the 1-2-3. We then get LA Knight and AJ Styles staring down each other, talking mad smack because they now have a one-on-one for the #1 contender spot. All in all, this SmackDown was great for me, because Tama Tonga being involved, that's huge for me as a New Japan fan, seeing him finally in the US and on a big screen and in such an integral storyline in WWE. Like, the Bloodline has been one of the biggest storylines for years now, especially with Roman, and he's just lost the title, and we're already bringing in other people that can still solidify a Bloodline storyline like Tama Tonga. Give him his time, and he's going to shine there, and I mean it. And I'm glad he went straight to main roster, not put into NXT scenarios, because there wouldn't be a lot for him to do in NXT. But let me know what you guys thought. What was your favourite match? Were you happy about Tama Tonga showing up, or were you not? And let me know what your theories are with this Bloodline scenario. But until then, I will see you on my next review. Please go watch all the previous reviews, and if you like these videos, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and we will see you on the next review.